What's poppin'? How you living, how you breathing, how you vibing? Welcome to the vent session on the Sister Speak show. The vent session, getting out what should not stay in. I am Sister Speak, your host. Welcome once again to the Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspirations shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana, but you better call me Sister Speak. What's good? Welcome to my first time listeners, and welcome back to my faithful, wonderful listening audience. The Sister Speak show is rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. It is Friday. August 4th. 2023. Yeah. It's the night shift, and we're on. We're doing it. It's on demand, and I want to thank you for allowing the Sister Speak show in totality to be the flavor in your ear. Thank you for adding the Sister Speak show network to your podcast shuffle. It is a wonderful vibe, and I thank you for help create it, okay? To my first-time listeners, let me just give you a little icebreaker, get you, nice and ready for what's about to pop off, because if this is your first time listening to the Sister Speak show, and if this is your first time listening to the vent session, oh, you're in for a treat. You are in for a divine treat. You are going to feel refreshed after this. Let me just get into it. There are going to always be two things that you need when you listen to the show. You're going to need water, and you're going to need scuba gear. Scuba gear? What are you talking about? Are you inside of the scuba gear? Are we in the ocean? Walk with me. Actually, dive with me. Let's submerge ourselves into the thought process of what's getting ready to happen. You're going to need self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, because we dive to leagues of the sea that are deep. Conversations that are deep, and you need the equipment to sustain yourself as we converse. I was flowing, and here comes that. Anyway, also water. Water is crucial. If you don't drink water, I really don't have anything to say to you. Water is crucial for every single part of your body. Every single organ needs water. Your body is made up of 75 to 95% of water, and you need it for the spiritual warfare that you endure, to think better, to feel better, to look better, to breathe better. okay? It is necessary for you to stay activated, okay? You cannot be activated if you are dehydrated. You cannot fill your body up with BS and then think that you're going to really just, be able to pull back your slingshot at full capacity, at full, momentum, and then have the full momentum to release it if you're sluggish, if you're drained, if you can't see clearly, think clearly. You're not going to win against the Goliaths in your life if you're dehydrated. Period. You're not going to be able to fight the bear or the lion. You're not going to be able to sustain yourself for the community, for your people. You're not going to be able to think right, feel right, and breathe right. You just said that. I'm saying it again. It's imperative that this is embedded into your spirit. If you are constantly drinking foreign substances that do not benefit the insides, then you are putting yourself at risk to be taken out by the wiles of the devil. And that's not what this is about here on the Sister Speak Show. I am pro-village. Okay, I am pro all shades of brown people. I am for the 12 tribes of Israel. I know I'm an Israelite. I believe in the Most High God and his son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus the Christ. I don't play about that. I'm about solutions for the pollutions. I'm about picking up litter and putting it in the garbage. I am not here to bash the brothers. I'm not here to bash the sisters. I'm here to bash the energy. And if you happen to encompass, embrace it, and exude it, then so be it. We're going to talk about it. But ultimately, there is a panacea that is the objective for every episode. I want you to walk away feeling encouraged, equipped. I want you to be able to feel motivated, have the desire to get back in the race if you have decided to sit on the sideline and say, y'all can have it. I want you to be able to take back your energy, pull back your energy, be able to make sure that you are standing on the front line of your own life, making sure that you are not being annihilated by everything around you, internally and externally. It's a war out. It's a war outside and inside. And you can't pretend like you don't hear the bombs being dropped. You can't pretend like you don't see the casualties of war. And you've got to get with it. You cannot be up against it your entire walk, your entire journey. You cannot be sliding down the wall crying all the time because you have not yet decided to walk around the wall. You just want to slide down it. Nah, you've been given specific instructions to walk. And sometimes you may have to walk around that thing 7 times. Why? Because it's that strong. It's a stronghold. It's a tower. It's a block, and it must come down. But it's been there for some time. So it may require a little bit of more than one season for you to take that thing down. You got to be willing to do it. You cannot be a punk. You can't be a sucker. You can't sit here and say, Hoppo, what about me? You got to really say, you got to ask yourself, what about you? What about you? So, oh yeah, we in this thing. We here. Who am I? I'm Sister Speak. That's who I am. Power, walking by grace, receiving mercy, in experiencing my own type of spiritual warfare. And I don't stand to you without having gone through this experience. I'm able to tell you because I've been there, gone through it, or because it's just been given to me as a download, as wisdom, and I'm going to say it. Oh, we're about to get into it. Sister Speak, what's got you pumped? Well, why shouldn't I be pumped? Why shouldn't I be amped about what I'm about to talk about this evening, this night? I had to wait for everything to settle before I got on the microphone. It's just something about this vibe where I can really get into it. Let me get my water. Oh, I love it. So refreshing. Now, let's do this. And plus, I did see an MC Hammer clip. Let's get it started live. Oh, oh my goodness. I was amped. I'm like, yes, let's get it started. Let's get it activated. Let's do this. I'm here for you. Okay, so the vent session was created for my first time listeners. The vent session was created because the specific season of spiritual warfare that I had experienced was like none other. And it opened up the library of resources, if you were a spiritual library of resources, for me to really be able to gain a lot of knowledge and while being in battle. And because the warfare was so heavy, because the black magic and all of the wiles and darts of the dark one coming my way, I needed to get it out. I needed to talk about it. I knew that I couldn't leave it in because if I left it in, it would poison me. It would make me bitter. It would make me lethargic. It would make me want to dawdle, procrastinate, not want to be able to speak out. It would make me clamor. It would make me curl up in the fetal position and not want to have anything to do with myself or anything else. That's what it was designed for, that warfare. And I was not going to let it do that. Did you want to quit? Yes. I had days where I was like, this is it. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not feeling it because it's like when you watch or when you play a game with levels, because games have levels, it's easy. The first 2-3 levels are like, oh, get out of here. You slapping demons, you dodging, you doing whatever you need to do in order to get to the next level. But as the levels progress, it gets harder. And you have to, rethink your moves and what you're going to do. And, your energy is being drained. And, there's a lot going on as the levels get harder. And some of the levels may shock you. There may be some surprises that you didn't expect. It was easy the first 2-3, but now there's 5 of them. Now it's this and that. Now it's all these things that are starting to come at you. And you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait. And that's what I was experiencing. I mean, it was battle after battle after battle after battle after battle. Disbelief, shock, betrayal, just the entire buffet of fuckery that was new to me on that level, that intense, that close, that wicked, that sinister. And because of the level that these devils and demons were going to and the levels of dark arts and practices that they were tapping into, things were happening to me that were just not normal. That were not, it wasn't, you could not tell me that it was normal. It was something almost paranormal that was taking place. And because of the fuck shit people that, I had run into that had these demon attachments to them, who were, already not chosen, already had pledged allegiance to the devil, living a double, triple, quadruple life. They were tapping into some stuff and sending it my way. Now, that's just an ingredient of what made the event session come out. I wanted to talk about it because it was almost as if the key had been given to me to unlock what had been happening to me my entire life. It was, and I'm so grateful for my spiritual teacher because she has been such a resource for me. She's been better to me than people I've known my entire life. Just in her heart, her words, her experience, and what she shares selflessly, and how she is able to selflessly, and I've learned a lot. And once I was gifted and brought into alliance with her, everything started coming together. These demons. Oh, demon time is real. Excuse me. We're going to get into it. On tonight's episode, that was, some of the genesis of why I created the vent session. You are not supposed to leave it in. You need to get it out. You need to be empowered. You need to be equipped. You need to protect your energy field. You need to be on the battlefield. You need to be on the front line. You need to be an advocate for yourself. You need to never shun wisdom. You need to be praying. You need to be praising. You need to have the Most High God be your God, because there's no other God. You need to be making sure that you acknowledge that Jesus is Lord, that Yahweh Shai is Lord. I don't have time to bullshit with anybody. I don't care if whatever you've got going on, if it's not that, then you don't have anything going on at all. What? Yeah, it's bust bubble season. The time is drawing nigh. A lot of us have been bullshitting for way too long. And so that is what it's about. It's about you not letting your relatives continue to fuck you over, betray you, do shit behind your back, play with your life. It's about making sure you protect your inheritance. It's about making sure that you protect your gifts, your talents. It's about making sure that you protect your energy. It's about making sure that you are not in allegiance with generational curses that are in your family. Who cares if they don't invite you anymore, if they don't like you anymore, if they don't want anything to do with you? I would rather hear well done than depart from me. And you better get into it. You talk about being ghosted. That's one. You don't ever want to be ghosted by the Holy Ghost. What? Sister, speak. What? Did you get rest? What is this? I told you, I'm not playing. I'm coming out the gate, knocking the enemy out, knocking these curses out, knocking out these blockages, knocking out whatever this is that is hindering, hurting, harming, that is causing hallucinations. It's not real. And a lot of us have really tapped into the lies of the dark one. The vent session is about making sure that you don't have any ailments, illnesses, or afflictions that arise because you let it stay in, because you didn't let it go, because you didn't forgive, because you did not take the steps to walk away from the scene of the incident. We're going to get into it. Tonight's episode on the vent session. Pressed for pleasure. Pressed for pleasure. When your celibacy is tested, the dangers of being on demon time. Ooh-wee. Sister, speak. It's about that time. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to speak about it. We're going to get into this. Not going to hold back any punches. Don't care. If you click off, woe unto you, because you need to hear this. You need to listen to this. I know you might be fresh off of one. You might be trying to line something up right now. You literally might be, you know what I mean, like scrolling through your context trying to see what it do. You trying to get some cuddy buddy tonight, right? Daytime. You got to have something right now. You ready for it. You done lotioned up. First time you done lotioned up in 3 months. You done lotioned up, shaved. You ready. Spraying yourself down, glistening and glowing, all for 2 minutes of wreckage. What? 2 minutes of wreckage. Of damage, chaos, futuristic calamities. Sister, speak, get into it. Because my people are hypersexual, into some horrible sexual things, and don't want to come up off of the penis, and don't want to come up off of the vagina, up out of the vagina. Don't want to. trying to get into that demon time because you heard celebrities talk about it and you think that shit is cute. How the fuck is it ever cute to ever be on demon time? How is that shit popping? How is that shit right? Have you ever been on demon time? Have you ever been creeping in the dark trying to do some shit? I have. I've done that and have been delivered from it. I understand the powers of celibacy, and we gonna get into it. Sister Speak, you got clips for us tonight? I don't. What? The vent session is a little different. This specific segment, I'm going to sometimes have clips and not. It depends on what I'm talking about. Sometimes I am the clip. Listen, I can carry a show. Let's do this. We're going to talk about your celibacy. We're going to talk about how you are tested, how you're sometimes even pressed for it, and the dangers of giving into it, the dangers of being on this demon time. What? What direction are we going in, Sister Speak? I was just hoping I could hear a little suspense files tonight. You don't have anything coming on the tour? No, we're definitely on the vent session this evening. Let me just give a little not a birthing process, but let me just give you just a little bit of background. What got me so amped? Amped. Why are you amped, Sister Speak? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you why I'm amped. Because somebody keeps pressing me for it. They want it. They want me. They want my energy. They actually want to collide their chaos into my calm. They want to shift my atmosphere, wreck this healing journey I'm on. Do you understand how wise I want to be? Do you understand how I embrace all the wisdom that I'm able to receive? And a lot of the clarity, a lot of the progression that I have is because I'm celibate. I am sexy. I'm beautiful. I understand why somebody would want to, I understand. I understand why they would be sexually attracted to me. And it's not just, I'm not out here with the Jezebel spirit. I don't have the incubus spirit. I don't have the succubus spirit. I'm on a different vibe. But I understand the attraction. But that has to be mutual, don't you think? And even if it is mutual, I'm not compromising it. Why? What I have come out of and still coming out of, the way that I am still able at this very moment, at this very time, to be able to converse with you is why. The simplicity of not having to worry about diseases, pregnancies, and the inevitabilities that come along with demon time. Giving up my sexual energy for somebody who is in disguise and doesn't give a fuck about me. Say it, Sister Speak, because these sisters need to hear it. These brothers need to know it. Like, these people don't give a fuck about you. If they did, they wouldn't even be pressing you for your pleasure. Here you are, taking yourself off of the quote-unquote market, where you have decided that you are going to pull your energy all the way back. Not half, not 3/4, not a third, all. 100. 100. And you have decided to yourself that you're not going to continue to open your legs up to fuckery. You're not going to continue to sell yourself short and give up your energy for somebody who eventually is going to show you that they don't give a fuck about you. We talk about the person on demon time pressing you for your celibacy to be aborted, ejected, dismembered, dismantled, forgotten about. Anybody who comes to you and wants to have sex with you, fornicate with you, and you tell them, no, I'm celibate, and they still continue to press you, then that's a problem. They, my brothers and sisters and brothers, they are on demon time. And you better watch out, because they're not going to stop. They can smell your tightness. Uh-oh. Rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. They can smell how the nectar, they can smell the nectar. They can tell that right there is energy. And that energy, I gotta have it. And the moment that you compromise in thought, which is consideration, if you begin to imagine, you are slipping away from your own grip on your own reality and actuality of the benefits of you being celibate. You are then saying, fuck my goals, fuck this healing journey. And you're saying, I'm going to let this 2 to 8 minutes of chaos push me further back. And they're not going to stop. When somebody wants it so bad, they will get out of, even though they have very little of, character. And you will see the worst side of them. Tell them no. And watch what happens. Have you been there? Has your celibacy been tested? When was the last time you were pressed for pleasure? Are you on demon time? Do you think that shit's cute? If they don't tell, you won't tell. How long have you been on your celibacy journey? What led you to it? What made you say, I'm done, I'm finished, nope, I'm not going to do this anymore. I got to stop being a slut. I got to stop being a hoe. I got to stop bopping around. I got to stop being a thought. I got to stop being a whoremonger. I got to stop being a gigolo. I got to stop operating in the Jezebel, incubus, succubus spirit. I've got to stop. This shit is getting me nowhere. Is that you? When did you reach your breaking point? And that breaking point was breaking the curses, breaking the bondage, breaking the ties, and deciding to come back home, come back into actuality. Was it the STD? Was it the pregnancy? What was it? Was it the ghosting, the betrayal? What was it that made you say, I am going to be celibate? And how are you dealing with the pressing for your pleasure? Because I know they want it. Oh, they want it now more than ever. You sitting on healing. You sitting on the process of purity. You don't smell any odors. You're not itching. You're not bumping up. You're not discharging. You ain't having to sneak off in the corner and scratch the living daylights out of your pubic area because you have caught pubic lice, crabs. You don't have to, you're no longer having to dress up in the witness protection program, going to the doctor because something isn't right. I mean, you're going for your natural checkups and things, but it's a different vibe this time because you have opted out of being a Bob. You're not performing fellatio, cunnilingus. You're not looking at porn. You're not masturbating. You're not doing any of that. You have completely said, fuck this. I'm done. I got to do better by myself. And plus the Lord is sick and tired of watching me do this. My angels are tired of having to watch me slut myself out for somebody who doesn't even care about me. I can't even think about a marital bed because I keep on being in somebody else's marital bed. You know, what is it about you that made you say, I'm going to stop? Now, are you pressing somebody for their pleasure? Are you trying to get it at all costs? Are you coming along with the fake lines and the fake attempts? And, you know, are you acting like a good guy when you're, or a good girl, or a good guy, or a good woman when you're really not, just so you can just have their energy so you can then say, ooh, I got it. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Now I can go on and be a beast out here and leave him or her for dead. Because some of y'all, if you be honest, the first time you got the hit and quit, that shit, it stung. The one who you let hit and never called you again, you know, shout out Lauryn Hill. You feel me? You remember that? If you've ever had the hit and quit happen and he just didn't answer your calls anymore. I don't know why he's not calling me back. Where is he? Yeah, you sitting over there sliding down the wall. And you need to be walking around it so it can come down so no other person can ever do that to you again, including yourself, because you did participate, didn't you? It wasn't just that he ghosted you. You also ghosted a part of yourself when you decided to give up your energy. Okay, this is the part where we're going to take that commercial break. Hit them off, Sister Speak. What? Okay. Come here, Montel. What did you want to say to the people? This is how we do it. Mm-hmm. This is how we do it. We'll be right back. You are currently listening to The Vent Session, getting out what should not stay in, on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. Thank you for letting us be the flavor in your ear and for adding us to your podcast shuffle. Stay activated.
Slingshot season. This is Sister Speak with a word of encouragement. Spiritual warfare is real, and it is slingshot season. That's right. You are prepared for this. It is time for you to defeat the bears, the lions, and the giants in your life. You are stronger than what you think. And when you are chosen, you are anointed. No longer can you operate in the spirit of fear, and no longer can your boundaries be attacked. Carnal weapons produce carnal results. Spiritual weapons produce spiritual results. Get your smooth stones and your slingshot ready, because being victorious and more than a conqueror is a part of your lineage. Because our cousin David was about that life. Your enemy's plans are deterred, decapitated, and destroyed. Be encouraged.
There won't be any more warnings. That's why your heart is beating fast. He's out there again. You can see him from the stage. He's obsessed with you. That's why he's taking your pictures. You're his fantasy. The latest episode of the Suspense Files on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now, rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts. On this episode, fantasies and felonies, strip club killers. On the Suspense Files, we cover the who, what, when, where, why,
in urban crime, including crimes of passion, deadly relationships, mysteries, urban cold cases, and more. Click the link for the latest episode of the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Be careful. Try not to fall in love with a stripper. Although she's smiling, she has a secret, and this secret could destroy the entire dynamic of the family. A man expects his child to be his child. He expects Junior to be Junior if he's senior. However, paternity fraud continues to run rampant. It is not yet a crime punishable by law, so women continue to get away with it, targeting men after men who believe that they are the father. That means that people believe that these are their nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and cousins. How can a woman celebrate a lie? Who's devastated in the end? The children. Next on the culture climate, the lineage leech. When paternity fraud destroys the family tree.
Vision, sound, action, create, inspire, impact, evolve. You are now activated.
Welcome back. You are listening to the vent session on the Sister Speak show. We about to get into it. I know you're like, Sister Speak, you came out of the gate punching. It's serious. I'm punching on behalf of the punches that Errol Spence should have been punching. Ooh. Sorry. Just saying, come on. Errol. Anyway, brothers and sisters, let's get into it. I was pressed for my pleasure. I was appalled by the way that this particular person came at me because, some things are just better off being platonic. I can think you're cute, you can think I'm cute, but we don't have to think past that. And just because you have a penis and just because I have a vagina does not mean that we need to come together and figure this out. There's nothing to figure out, and this person just kept talking to me about it. And I was just like, look, I have to end the conversations because what used to just be regular conversations has now shifted to this need to want to come over and hang out. And, I look at the time that you call, the time that you text. And if you text me past a certain time, I'm not going to respond to your text. Now, back in the day when I didn't have the confidence and the armor on, at 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 11, it didn't matter because I didn't place that value on myself like I needed to. But now you're not going to text me late asking me shit. And you're not, unless you ask me for my Cash App, my PayPal information. And I'm not talking about on some solicitation. I'm just saying just on general. I might respond to a text like that. But what I'm not going to do is respond to any late night text. I'm not. That's how you protect your celibacy. That's how you let them know, no, I'm fortified on this. I'm not responding to you this late at night, especially when you're already out here fucking. Get into it, Sister Speak. Some of y'all are already fucking, okay? You've got your 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what you got, but you are already out here sexually active. Why are you coming this way? Why do you feel the need to add me to your chaos and your calamity? What is it? It's greed, it's gluttony, it's that spirit. Let me tell you, that thing has to have it. And it is a thing. It is a demon. It is a spirit that has to be fed. It has to penetrate. It has to be penetrated. It has to. It needs the life force. It needs the validation. It needs the touching. It needs all of that in order to carry on. And it will say whatever it needs to say in order to talk you out of your celibacy. It will press the fuck out of you. So this particular demon, because he's on demon time for sure, I was just mad because I won't say I was mad because of him pressing me, but also because now I got to cut your ass loose. We ain't cool no more. Middle finger to you because you are out of line. It was I want to give you a massage. For what? For what? Because I know you no, you don't care about me. You don't care about my attention or anything. What you're trying to do is hope that I'm vulnerable. What you're trying to do is hope that I'm insecure. What you're trying to do is hope that I will give in, because what woman doesn't like a massage? I love a massage, but it'll be from my man, my husband. No man who's not my man is going to be touching on me, rubbing on me, feeling on me. It's not happening. Now, there may be a hug that you give an associate, but we talking about a romantic caress. No, it's not going to happen. You have to protect all of your energy field, because you give a cowboy, you give a person an inch, he's going to take a mile. And it's that pressure where you are able to sit back and see, excuse me, why we have been instructed to abstain, why we have been called to refrain from that particular embrace, why we must forsake our lust. It's a battle. You have your days where you're like, nothing can stop me now. I got this. Oh, I'm rolling now. And then out of nowhere, you get a tingle. You get a quiver. You become erect. And you're like, uh-oh. Because wait a minute, something trying to tap in that should not tap in. And it's like, okay, I've got to fight this off, because if I microwave my pleasure, which is, if I masturbate, then you still have to deal with that and all the feelings that come with that, and how yucky you may feel afterwards, and have to promise, for the 100,000th, millionth time that you'll never do it again, or, you may have sexual toys, and that's another form of microwaving your pleasure. And then, you can be pressing yourself for pleasure. Oh, Sister Speak, what? Wait, Sister Speak, where are you at today? Here. Right here. Here I go. Here I is here. Are you pressing yourself for pleasure? Are you halfway in this celibacy thing? Because celibacy is abstaining from it all in totality. And if you are 3/4 there, you got to get whole. You need to become whole with it. You need to wrap it all the way around and not get into it. And I've been speaking about this. This has been what we're on, because we have to be able to purify and filter out the junk. Okay? The junk. And we will intake junk. We intake junk food. We intake junk TV, junk entertainment, and there is an adverse effect, whether it be instantly or gradually, when it comes to intaking junk. And some of y'all have intaken some junk penis, and you have had some junk vagina. Talk about it. You've gotten up out of something and been like, never again. I'm not doing this shit. Nope. You know, what's wrong with you? Nothing. 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 That's what the fuck I want to ask you. You did all of that to, excuse me, y'all might hear some ruffling because y'all know I got this ceiling fan on. It's like 102 degrees, y'all. Ooh, but you know what it is. You know, that last time was the last time. You're like, I'm not doing this shit. Nope. You just laying there like thinking about, you know, why states were named states and what the capital of states are. Here he is just thinking, you know, he's really, you know, handling his business. And it's just like the niggas, I mean, you know, the brothers just, it's just not it. And a lot of times, if I just be candid with you, just to speak, if you just be, you, that's all you've ever been. Okay, cool. A lot of times, there's a block on the pleasure. You have no, both of y'all have no business being there. You think you really gonna just experience the real spiritual gratification of coming together intimately with someone when you are not supposed to be doing what you're doing right here? No, there's always going to be a block. That's why there's so many different aphrodisiacs and supplements to help get the job done. Help you stay erect, help you be wet, moist, help you be lubricated. You know, there's so many things to help. Why? Because there's a block. Because you're not supposed to be doing this shit right here. That's why. Though the reason why it was 2 minutes is because that's all it's ever going to be. And if it's anything else, there is an enhancement. And even then, there's an adverse effect on that. Because ultimately, you need to be refraining from it all. Are you pressing yourself for pleasure? And have you been pressed? Have you been pressing somebody else for theirs? Is there somebody right now that is on your hit list? Just got to keep it honest. Somebody who you feel in your spirit. Which spirit is it that you're feeling it in? Is there somebody in your Jezebel spirit that you feel that you are going to have? It's just a matter of time if you keep on with the fuckery and fuck shit and lying and keeping the masquerade up and the manipulating and all that bullshit. Is you know, a lot of y'all work really hard for it, but you put no effort in any other area of your life. How am I gonna get some pussy? 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 That's all you think about. Ooh, girl, I got to have me some dick. I got to have me some dick. Girl, I got to have me some dick. Girl, I got to have me some dick. Now, you know I got to have me some dick now. Now, you know I got to have me some dick. Yeah. That's what some people, that's that demon time. That's that demon time. Looking to bust it wide open. Ho-fi. Sister Speak. What? Ho-fi? Mm-hmm. Screw Edition, Screw Pock, all of it. All of it. When are we going to pull back from the bedroom shenanigans, the back of the car shenanigans, the park bench shenanigans? When? The hotel shenanigans, the orgy. When are we as a people going to have a Black Celibacy Month? Sister Speak, what? A Black Celibacy Month. I mean, come on. Got Black History Month. Can't we have a Black Celibacy Month? There's all these other days out here. Why can't we have a month or even a Black Celibacy year where we as a people just say, okay, look, outside of the married people, okay, why not? Why not give that gift to yourself? Why not give a chance for you to actually grow some walls? You hear that dog barking? Grow some walls. Some of y'all have gotten beaten down so bad and have just been having penetration after penetration after penetration, that there is just no foundation, no walls, no Nathaniels, nothing. Nothing. All kind of odors and shit, loose lips, labia majora loose, labia minora loose, clitoris all out of whack, anus all sagging. You just in a bad state. It's that demon time. See, y'all don't talk about the after effects of demon time. You just, like I said, put on that hoodie and go to the clinic. Put on that hoodie and go to the aisle and get you some tampons because you can't keep your BM in your bottom because your rectum done been knocked loose. Gonna talk about it. We're out of whack. And that danger of demon time is going to have you looking for that tampon because you can't keep your bowels in, because your rectum is loose, because you are down for whatever. Demon time is dangerous. Celibacy is going to be a vital fuel line in your moral compass. It will allow you to protect yourself from heartache, heartbreak, stomach aches, vagina aches, penis aches, headaches, crying, wondering, self-doubting, believing that you are not worthy because you feel like a penis or a vagina is the benchmark for why you are here on earth. Weaponizing sex is dangerous. And if you want to know more about yourself, you're going to have to be celibate. Celibacy will then begin to let you see who's who, what's what, and where's where. It'll have you acquiring a different taste in life in totality. It'll make you think thrice about who you let into your energy field. It'll make you reflect on all the times you were busting it open, knocking it down, and how you wasted time. How you wasted time. All that jaw-jacking and lying and manipulating and deceiving that you put forth just to get pleasure. Some of you right now are being tested, being and passing your test, but some of you, dropped out and said, I don't care. When you mention to some people in the village about being celibate, they look at you like, WTF are you talking about? Hell no, I'm not going to be celibate. Are you kidding me? All this loin that I have, all these lips are you kidding me? I'm trying to be, living my best life. Only a square is celibate. You got to be a nerd to be celibate. It's quite, you're in the minority when you're celibate. When you speak to our brothers and sisters, some of them about being celibate, they get a major attitude about it because you are challenging those spirits that control their every move. Because at some point, there is going to be an exchange of energy and a withdrawal of energy, a deposit of energy. And in that, so much, it's like you're mixing the energies. And now, after he gets up from taking you down, after she gets up from being on top or gets off from being on top, it's already been served. What's been served? The obsession, the passion, the unrighteous passion, the attachment, the desire to consistently be in your company. It's already been served. And where you may think that this person is going to stay, they know they're leaving. They know that you didn't mean anything to them. The question is, how many more times would you allow someone to have the opportunity to do that to you? How many more times are you going to be an opportunity? Googling, what does it mean when he don't call you back? What does it mean when he say he is gonna text you but he don't? What does it mean when she say, she like me but she don't like me like that? You start to need answers for the fuckery because something in you is not on the front line and you're not protecting that sacred part of your life. And that's how the enemy has room to run rampant. Because if somebody is able to pressure you for your pleasure, press you for it, and press you for it, and there's no good measure that is coming from this pressing, then you need to understand why you have been targeted and why you are a target. I just want a boyfriend. I just want a man. I want a husband. I want to have a baby. I just want to be loved. I just want to be held. I just want to be kissed. I just want somebody to text me and say, "Good morning, gorgeous." I just want somebody to say, "Grand rising." I'm just looking for love. And it's just like healing. Healing is your mate. Okay? There's a helpmate and there's a heal mate. You need a heal mate, not a hell mate. Oh, fuck. I can't. You need a heal mate, not a hell mate. And until you can discern, and not even until you can discern, you need to be able to discern. And the only way you're going to be able to discern is if you pull back from giving into the pressure, giving into demon time. A demon. What is a demon? What does the word danger mean to you? Because we're living in a generation in a time where danger seems to have different meanings. What does the word danger mean to you? And when you hear the word demon time, what does that mean to you? Because if a dude comes up, I'm just trying to be on some demon time. Okay, well, let me go and get my silver bullet, get some garlic. Yep, I'm going to have to go on and get the word. Because what's not finna happen? Nope, let me get some water because I'm definitely gonna throw some water on this witch. No. And when you tell people no, oh, when you tell them no, when you reject them, when you have the audacity to protect your energy, get ready. Get ready because you're about to get a split end. And you know what we have to do with split ends? Cut it loose. They didn't give a fuck about you anyway. Anybody who, after you tell them that you're celibate, still tries to pressure you for your pleasure, they never gave a fuck about you in the beginning. It was all a dream. They used to read Pornhub magazines. Real shit though. And it's very sickening. Let me share a little bit more about this demon that was pressuring me. So I get in the car, okay? And this nigga is playing porn in the car. Mind you, you know how you hear something and it is that, but it ain't that, but it is that. Because you just like, I know it ain't. I know this. You know how you had that conversation like, I know this nigga ain't. I know he ain't. You know, one of those. And I was like, I know this nigga ain't. And I was like, bruh. And it was that point where it's just like, okay. Like, I was like, bruh, what the fuck is you doing? That's exactly how I said it. Like, what are you doing? I was like, bruh, turn that shit off. And he was just looking at me like, but his eyes, it wasn't him. It was a thing in him. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with you, but something ain't right. And so I said to him, I'm like, look, bruh, if your daughter get in the car with a dude and he's playing this and she call you and be like, daddy, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, you going to feel some type of way. Nah, I ain't, because she going to be grown and that's on her. I was like, no, you're just saying that to justify your fucking filth. This man is mad at me at this very moment because I won't let him smash. Because that's all it would be. It wouldn't be intimacy. It wouldn't be divine dancing. It wouldn't be sweet, soft kisses on my neck and on your neck. And it wouldn't be a night full of taking our time. What's the rush, baby? You going somewhere? Nah. You feel me? It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that I would be able to have some trustworthy rest after dancing divinely with my man. It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be where I could walk around naked confidently because maybe you've seen me like this before, you my man. Like, it wouldn't be that vibe. It wouldn't be the vibe where we could play some nice, background music, some sensual jazz or some, you know what I mean? This nigga want to play some fucking Juvenile, back that ass up. This nigga is talking about Captain D come, Captain D come. This nigga is, too short in it. He yin yang twinning it. PD Pablo in it. This nigga don't give a damn about my Tracy Spencer-ness, tender kisses-ness, or yours. This nigga's on some beat the pussy up, beat the pussy up. That's what he on. That's all he hear in his head. Just that bar, beat the pussy up. Meanwhile, back at the camp, in your mind, you like, I made a mistake. I can't wait for this to be over. Here you are thinking you were going to get some sweet, harmonizing, tender love. That's what you thought you was going to get. Love so tender, holding you close to me. Baby, I surrender. Hold you near me. Yeah. That's not what you finna get. That's not what he ever planned on giving you. This man is trying to give you some NWA. Yeah. That's all it is. The soundtrack that you had in your mind for the pleasure And the soundtrack that he has in his mind, or vice versa, it's not the same playlist. You can tell by your rhythm. I just wanna take it slow. I'm just trying to be intimate. Baby, I'm just trying to vibe out with you. I was about to give y'all the Shelly, but I'm gonna keep it this voice. I'm trying to, like, I want you to spend the night. He's not spending the night. You're trying to have some spend the night music. He's on the midnight train to Georgia. I'm not saying that he's trying to have sex to Gladys Knight. Now, if you're having, I question the age of who you're laying with. If you've got some Temptation, Shy Lights, some Smokey Robinson, the past, not that Smokey Robinson, the new. If you've got some of that, any of that old school stuff, yeah, I'm questioning who you laying with. But anyways, if he's trying to play some BB King and some Bobby Blue Bland and some, just saying. But the soundtrack is different. And that's why a lot of times people are having to think their orgasm to come forth. They have to manifest it in their head, like, I've got to manifest this forward because it's not coming vaginally. It's not happening, like all of this momentum, and here we are, and this ain't giving what I thought it would give. And you're looking for a boyfriend out the situation, a man out the situation, a relationship, and it's just not what it is, Cuddy Buddy. That demon time will have you in your feelings. Have you Googling, like I said, what's going on? Have you looking at all kind of videos on YouTube trying to figure out what's going on? Ultimately, what's going on has already been given to you in the Word. Keep your legs closed. You're not married. Imagine spinning the block and spinning the block and spinning the block for an answer that is already in the library. But you don't want to go into the library because you may not like to read. Because if you happen to read and happen to stumble across some information, you will then enter into a battle with yourself. And some of you are afraid to fight your old self. And that's why you can't convert. That's why you can't transform. And that's why you're having issues being able to control some sexual desires that you have. You could never imagine yourself being celibate, some of you. What? Celibate? I'm a celibate. I'm gonna sell a lot. That's what y'all do. Celibate, sell a lot. I'm just saying, though, it's a lot of pressure to exude self-control. It's almost the moment that you declare your allegiance to obedience and you decide to be reluctant and hesitant when it comes to offers, you're going to be tried. You are going to be tried, but you have to pass. You have to pass the test. Now, I'm going to take a commercial break. Why? Because there comes a moment in time where you just got to think, right? And I want you to think about yourself in this moment, in this time. Where are you right now when it comes to sex? Where are you right now? What are you going to change if you are not celibate? And if you are celibate, are you able to endure to the end? We'll be right back. I love y'all. I really do. You're a wonderful listening audience, and you need to know that. Bet. You are currently listening to The Vent Session, getting out what should not stay in, on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. Thank you for letting us be the flavor in your ear and for adding us to your podcast shuffle. Stay activated.
This is your regular routine. What's different than any other day? You're not even thinking about the fact that there's pain behind the pleasure that you're seeking. The latest episode of Coming to the Stage on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now, rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts. On this episode, pornography, behind the scenes, the price of pleasure, contracting STDs, and quitting the industry. On Coming to the Stage, we're covering theater, TV, and film. Click the link in the bio for the latest episode on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. There's a price to pay. Can you afford it? You were already warned that she was sleeping with the ops, and you're still gonna go over there and lay your head on her pillow. The latest episode of the tour on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now, rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts. On this episode, Snakes in the Studio, Part 2, Two-Faced Managers and Artists, Poison in the Pillow, He Said, She Said, Now Someone's Dead. Click the link in the bio for the latest episode of the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Be careful. Rated R for strong content, language, and thoughts.
We're going to take a quick music break. Why not? Because I can. This is Lie to Me by Yakar Kile, an artist that I interviewed. Dope song. Just want to play a little bit for y'all. Do y'all want somebody to lie to you? Do you prefer to be lied to? Is it a perfect world if you're lied to? Do you operate better under the illusions and the falsehoods and the mirages that are told to you? Does it make you feel like I'm listening to it? Does it make you feel special? I love the beat. I love your car. I love. This is my girl. I love. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling the whole production of it. But let's get into it. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the vent session. Pressed for pleasure. When your celibacy is tested, the dangers of being on demon time. In your phone, you've got your contacts, right? And in your oh, Sister Speak, here we go. We here. You might as well get out the car. We here. In your phone, you have your contacts. And you know who these people are, don't you? Of course you do. And you know whether or not in these contacts are people who you have a sexual connection to. That they might just be there specifically for that. It's understood. That's what y'all say. It's understood. We have an agreement. We just link up and we fuck, because that's what y'all do. and then we go our separate ways. But how long are you going to continue to sell yourself short and play yourself? Why do you not want more for yourself? That is a moment that you need to cease and desist from. I think a lot of brothers and sisters need to, excuse me, some brothers and sisters need to send themselves a cease and desist on sending out any more text and making any more phone calls if you're planning to go and have sex. It's time to stop. You are getting nowhere. You're on a treadmill and you're draining your entire life force. You're trying not to catch feelings, but there might still be some. And if you're able to have sex without feeling anything, doesn't that make you like dead? Is this necrophilia? Because sex with a dead person is against the law. And in the spirit, you are spiritually dead if you're engaging in that demon time. In your contacts, you need to start deleting people. It's over. Sister Speak, how you going to tell? I'm telling you. This is like a whoa. It is time to stop. It is over. The season is over. Why are you still on the field? Put me in the game, coach. We never drafted you. You put yourself in this. You felt like you were ready to go. Listen, there's some people that you need to delete from your contact list. And some of you have names that are not their real names. But if your wife were to find out, Sister Speak, I have to say it. If your wife were to find out, or if your husband were to find out, your whole marriage would be compromised or over. Some of y'all are shaking the foundations in something that you have that people pray for. And I'm talking about P-R-A-Y. But there are also people who P-R-E-Y for what you have. The enemy wants to destroy it any way possible. And a lot of you need to be celibate and abstain from stepping outside of your relationship with your spouse, seeking pleasure elsewhere. You've done too much and you're in too deep. The first time, it's like when I spoke about it on the latest episode of the Suspense Files about the cult leader. Easy to join, but hard to escape. Easy to join, hard to escape. And some of you are in the thick of it right now. You up against it. Your world is crumbling down. You can barely hold it together because your contact list, your text messages, all this extra work that you have to put in because you are pressing somebody else for pleasure when you have a whole spouse in the house. Ooh. I mean, why? You have to address the addiction. You have to address what it is that's driving you. If you would stop watching porn, maybe you would then value and treasure the beauty of your spouse. And you would work on mastering that which has been given to you. And you would understand that you don't have to defile that bed, that marital bed, any longer. You've been given something that you need to continue to work on and discover. But because there's so much pollution and perversion and all these other hidden, these hidden lifestyles and desires and these things that you've got going on, your wife can't even get one off. She can't even have an orgasm because you too busy giving orgasms to other people. You hella shady and you out of line, brother. You out of line. Sister, same thing for you. Your husband is trying to figure out what it is. Why you always have a headache. why you don't feel like it, why you're so lethargic, why you won't even stroke back, why you lay on the bottom and you just lay there. You know you're not supposed to just lay there as a wife. You're supposed to give it, baby. You're supposed to give your husband all of that pleasure. You're supposed to I ain't afraid of the sweat. Come on. You feel me? But you out here getting bust down by your side, dude, because you pressed for pleasure. And you need to be celibate and abstaining from creeping on your husband. He just ain't hitting it right. Well, what is it that he needs to hit? And what is it? He ain't hitting what? Jezebel right? He ain't hitting succubus right? He ain't hitting incubus right? What is he not hitting right, sis? What? Is it because in the video that you were watching, that man was putting it down? He's paid to put it down in that way. But he don't give a fuck about her either. Just like your side dude don't give a fuck about you. Because if he did, he would have never stepped to you. Or does he not know that does he know that you're married? Fuck, it's complicated. No, you're complicated. It's not complicated. You're complicated. And you need to uncomplicate yourself. You're a ball of confusion. Sister, speak. We had no idea that this was going to happen this evening. It's going to happen. Play it over and over. Share it with a friend. Share it with a family member. Share it with somebody who needs to hear this. He just ain't doing it for me. You need to stop watching reality TV, sis. You need to stop listening to all these women on here with all these European ideologies and appearances, and you need to come back into the fold and represent your true identity and stop acting like a feminist and stop acting as if you are against when you should be for. You got a man in your home, a whole husband in the house, and you out with your side nigga? Fix it, sis. Fix it. That contact list, well, you know women can cheat because we sneakier. I don't think that's anything to brag about. We're just better at it. Don't put me in that shit. No, no. Mm-mm. Don't put us in it. Us is the women who are not about that life, who desire and pray for a husband, who would love to be led, would love to have a provider, would love to have a helpmeet, a helpmate, would love to be a helpmate to a leader, would love to have a Lord in their home, would love to have the opportunity to be a Proverbs wife, Proverbs woman. Yeah. And here you are living your worst life because for some reason you feel like reality TV is your dictionary, your blueprint, your manual, your curriculum, your chalkboard, your overhead projector. Instead of dropping it like it's hot, you drop it like it's bop. And you are op to your own husband. And you're op to your own wife. Your contact list needs to be deleted. You better quit with the fuckery. It's going to happen. What's going to happen? You're going to get exposed. That's what's going to happen. You're going to be exposed. It's coming. And you might have already been found out. How do you not know that your spouse has not hired a private investigator and just watching you do what you do? Sister Speak, don't you want to take a commercial break? Nah. Don't you want to take a contact break? Ain't nothing like starting new. Ain't nothing like reset. Ain't nothing like ain't nothing like being able to rest because, not because you've been wicked, but because you've been doing well. Our people don't want to, some of our people don't want to refrain from having sex. That's just it. Too much sexual, everything is so in your face. You know, the lust, the spirit of lust has magnified tremendously in our people. I don't give a fuck about what the nations got going on, but for some reason our people want to be just like the nations. It is one of the worst fucking things to ever see our village participate in, always wanting to do what they do, be just as gross, be just as deviant, be just as wicked, be just as conniving, manipulative, just as oppressive, and just as rebellious. Our people. Our people. We hurt each other with sex. We have destroyed a lot of communication, trust, and building with sex. We have miseducated ourselves through pornography and have let that be the foundation for how we're supposed to be intimate. And that is not fucking fair. I don't want any man to come my way thinking I'm finna be his addiction. I'm not finna help you get high off of what the fuck you've been watching on the low. You just ain't, I don't know, you just ain't doing it right. Wait a minute, nigga. I don't know what you've been scrolling through. I don't know what you've been browsing through. I don't know what you've been watching, but this ain't that and that ain't this. Don't come that way with that shit. I'm telling you that right now. Any man who comes to me expecting me to please him because he is addicted to porn, you will be dissatisfied every time. You might as well wife your palm. Wife your fingers. I won't be able to help you because the essence of making love, intimacy, the core of me trusting you and you trusting me is vital for how deep we can go in our desire to righteously and purely satisfy one another. But some of you brothers will never, ever know about that. Some of you sisters will never, ever know about that. Some of y'all think it's cute that Sukiyana wants to get her coochie stretched. Some of you think it's cute to rap about your body parts and how you really, really trying to get to Pound Town. First time I heard of Pound Town, I thought it was a club. I didn't know what it was. The girls were talking about it at the job. I'm like, what the fuck is Pound Town? Is that a club? So I asked one of them, I'm like, excuse me, where's Pound Town? They laughed. Like, she was like, girl, it is. And then she told me what it was. I was like, oh, I haven't been to Pound Town. I don't think I want to go. Brother, sister, does your passport say Pound Town? Is that ticket, does it say destination Pound Town? Just asking. Please don't ever think that we need to go to Pound Town. Okay? If that's where you feel you need to go, I hope you don't, but I know for me for a fact that don't bring that shit this way. Don't bring none of the demon time dangers into our relationship because I will fucking ghost you. You will look for me and I won't be there. Ever. You will try to call me and you'll never be able to get in touch with me. And I'm less likely to have to deal with you fucking with me on an obsessive level because I never gave up my energy to you in the first place. Excuse me. If I can't have you, nobody can. That's some dangerous shit to say to somebody. And when you lay with somebody and you don't really know them, I want you to come just a little closer. I'm going to whisper this game to you. When you don't really know somebody and you lay with them and they're battling Legion is occupying their mind. Do you understand what you have just allowed to transfer into you? Do you now know who you're getting ready to become? Do you understand what you now have become a host for? That's why you keep texting him, calling, wondering, trying to cash him out, buy his time, affection, energy. That's why you're slutting yourself out for him. That's why you don't recognize yourself anymore. Brother, sister, that's why. That's why when you caught a glimpse of yourself in that mirror the last time, you saw that, you saw it. You saw it. There's no amount of makeup, wig, weave, cologne, grill, jewelry that you can put on you to accessorize your shame. And a lot of people like to accessorize their shame. They become gaudy, overly eccentric. You saw it. That ride home, knowing that you shouldn't have done it. Now you got to go home and look at yourself or go home and look at your spouse. You got to look at the congregation. You got to look at your employees, co-workers, staff, family. Because you pressed yourself for pleasure too. Because you couldn't fight it off and didn't want to fight it off. Had never ever thought about fighting it off. Just always been on the go. Just been fucking for a long time. And just always been on the go. And it has diminished your ability to fight the other spirits that now want you. That's why you're in the sex club licking skeet off the wall now. In the trenches. That's why some, I mean that, y'all, they do some crazy things at the power exchange. It's disgusting. And people who are pressed for pleasure and cannot, there's no amount of quantity that they will be satisfied with. The desire, it's an insatiable desire to constantly have the sexual energy. And you have to, if you just be real, just think about it. What would make people or a person desire such things? We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Did you know that the Sister Speak Show is a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa and Sonos? Tell a friend. Also let them know that the show is rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. Thank you for downloading each episode on demand.
The season of you being prey has come to an end. Family, friend, foe versus your freedom. What are you going to choose? The latest episode of the Vent Session on the Sister Speak Show is available on demand now. Episode 2, Stop Being Weak. We're covering haters in your life. Why are they howling at you? Car chases. Let me out the car. This doesn't taste good. Where's the original recipe? Protecting adulterers. Why are your people scandalous? Rent, utility, and food relief. Learning how to ask for help and people who don't help. The Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Click the link for the latest episode. Warriors, mount up and be encouraged.
You are currently listening to Pressed for Pleasure. When your celibacy is tested, the dangers of being on demon time. Thank you for being a wonderful listening audience.
Listen, I stay away from people who throw up the devil horns. If you throw up the horns, I want shit to do with you. Fuck you and your allegiance to the devil. I don't find that shit to be cute. I see people all the time holding up the horns. I'm like, yep, I'm not fucking with them. I see children doing it. I see grown folks doing it. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? What is y'all doing? What are you doing? What are you holding up? And why are you holding that up? I thought it meant rock star. No, that means devil. Like, really? You know, I just see our people so fascinated with everything that is opposite of how we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to conduct ourselves. Like, we are really in trouble, and our lack of celibacy is why there's so many pregnancies, so many children that are coming into this world that really aren't wanted, and why there's so many diseases, broken hearts, deaths, jail, people being sentenced. You know, a lot of stuff happens just based on sex and having it when you're not supposed to have it. And if you say that it doesn't, you're a liar and the truth isn't in you. And I don't give a fuck what you say because it is the truth. You don't need to sit here and, you know, be shamed about this continuously. If you've been in demon time, you just need to come out of that shit. You need to stop it. You can't get me off my pivot. You're not going to get me off my square. You're not going to keep me from having my head on the swivel when it comes to protecting my sexual energy. I've had enough sex. And some of the sex I had, I shouldn't have been having. And honestly, I should have stayed a virgin until I got married. And since I haven't been married, I'm still waiting. You better get into it. I have never had a husband. I've had several. According to the word. So, you know, when you realize like what your life has been, you sober up. You sober up sexually, you sober up emotionally, and you just say, I gotta stop, because there's a time coming that if I don't stop, it's gonna stop me. And I don't want it to stop me. I don't want it to be something coming around the corner, because I just won't stop, because I'm keep being sexually disobedient, a deviant sexually, because I keep on being a snare for men, because I keep on giving up my body, because I keep letting people feel on my breast and, get the best of me. I want my husband, the man who I'm supposed to be with, to feel tightness and walls, and I want him to appreciate the fact that I'm not out here loose. You should too, sis. You should too, bro. You are, you think a lot of brothers, like, they believe that the ones who shouldn't be doing it, they really believe they're doing something. They believe that they are really at the height of their penis game. They really think that every time it's a grand slam, and that they're getting tens across the board. And this could be further from the truth, right? Furthest from the truth. But you will never, ever, ever know or be given the gift of stroke until you turn from your wicked ways, become celibate, and wait. Stop spilling your semen and wait for your best moments of intimacy to come, because you did the work prior to. Your wife doesn't want a slut. She does not want to have to go into the streets either and have to worry about this bop, and that bop, and all the skeet sweepers in the street, because your ass has been loose for a long time. She would appreciate it if you were celibate too. It's not. Let me tell you something. It ain't no fucking two-way street according to the Lord. It ain't no, men get a pass and women are looked at as whores. You better read your word, whoremonger. You know what a whoremonger is? Read it. Find out what a whoremonger is. I don't know why, the devil is so conniving and manipulative when it comes to getting people to get off their square. He knows how to manipulate you and to throw in synonyms and erase the true meaning of words to get you to think that everything is okay and it's okay to do it. You better hear me. I find it disturbing that brothers have already been given instructions on how to be, how to vibe, how to live, how to really just be a man. And they don't want to take that instruction. They want to take instruction from every other fucked up, false illusion, mirage, all these fake curriculums, these pseudo curriculums on how to be a man or what men do. And you've already been given instructions on how to conduct yourself. But the devil knows how to talk a man up off his square. It's just easy to get you to whip your penis out. It's nothing but a thing. And I want to know, what has the devil done to some men? What is it? What is it that he said, whispered? What is it that makes you feel like you always got to have your penis out? You have no value on your penis. Men have been taught to never be a virgin. Men have been taught never to be abstinent, never to be celibate. They are taught to go and conquer as much pussy as they can. You're not a man if you don't. You have been taught to go into the world and pervert it and be perverted. You have been taught to spill your semen every single day. Millions of babies. You're just wasting kings, and you're wasting chosen lineage, a whole lineage, you just spilling it and spilling it and spilling it and spilling it and spilling it. Your testicles are just shriveling up because every day, skeet, skeet, skeet. Every day. That's all you can think about. I'm a man. I got to. Who, as long as your allegiance is to the devil, you will think how he wants you to think. The Lord has never called you to be a whoremonger. And the enemy will have you thinking that you're not one when you are one. He will have you thinking that it is only women who are looked at as sluts when the Lord looks at all of us as sluts. And you need to prepare yourself for that. And hopefully if you see it that way, maybe you will hit the pause button on your reckless journey, your reckless activities. The Lord does not sit, the Most High God is looking at every single sexual encounter you as a man have. Do not think that he is giving you a high five and kudos for you operating outside in sexual deviancy. Is there any man that can be celibate? Is there any man that can refrain? Is there any brother that can turn down vagina? The dog is saying no. I'm just saying though. Are there any brothers that can just say, you know what? I'm about to prepare myself to be a husband. Don't y'all want? And another thing, this has got to come. I got to say it. We need you brothers to stop fucking each other so y'all can be delivered, so we can start having more marriages. Sisters, we need you to stop laying with each other so we can start having more marriages. We need the healing process to start so we can get back to what thus saith the Lord and how he created us to be. Well, yeah, celibate. When you're pressed for pleasure, when people demand that you give up what you know better, when people are expecting you to forsake and abort your 15-year, 10-year, 4-year, 2-month, 5-year, 1-year journey towards healing, sexual healing. People who don't care, who obviously are operating by demons, or being operated by demons on demon time. It's time for you to begin your journey of celibacy. It is time for you to quit. It's time for you to delete the contact list. It's time for you to stop the masquerade. It's time for you to pull back your energy and heal. It's time for you to be clean. It's time for you to remove the perversion and the pollution and all of what is driving you to give up your own energy, what's making you pursue and why and give up that insatiable appetite for sex. You need to pray about it. You know what you specifically need deliverance from. If you be real with yourself, if you're in the actualities of life. I know you want pleasure. So do I. But I'm not going to compromise this journey. I'm going to wait. My mate will appreciate that as I appreciate him for waiting. Oh yeah, I do not think without caution, but I say this with hope and belief and faith that there are men out there who are celibate, who are waiting for a woman like me and women like me, and that it's a matter of time before we cross paths and make beautiful, beautiful love in order, pleasing to what thus saith the Lord. Because in the midst of so much temptation, so many sexual influences, we waited, we stopped, we paused, we denied. Make it home safely, y'all. Make it home safely. I know you have a queen size bed, king size bed, and you want somebody in it with you. But that's all you've been having is just some body in the bed. It's now time for your spouse to come forth. Do the work. Stop the twerk. Don't be a jerk. Because when you are, everything goes berserk. Who's that hotel clerk? Why is she always giving you a smirk? We'll be right back.
You are currently listening to The Vent Session, getting out what should not stay in, on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, impact, and evolve. Rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. Thank you for letting us be the flavor in your ear and for adding us to your podcast shuffle. Stay activated.
Vision, sound, action, create, inspire, impact, evolve. You are now activated.
Did you know that the Sister Speak Show is a syndicated podcast on Amazon Alexa and Sonos? Tell a friend. Also let them know that the show is rated R for strong language, thoughts, and ideas. Thank you for downloading each episode on demand.
Welcome back. Thank you for listening to the Vent Session. We're getting ready to close out this episode. You've heard what you needed to hear. You know what time it is. It's definitely not demon time. It's celibacy time. It's time to refortify your agreement with yourself to refrain. It is time for you to now step into agreement with refraining. And it's time for you to be able to see the perks, the incentives, the rewards, and the godly rewards of celibacy, of not being on demon time, of stop trying to govern yourself, of being able to stop governing yourself in a low vibrating energy. You owe it to yourself, and it's long overdue. It's long overdue, and you know it is. You can only last just a little while longer, and then it's going to get rough for you because you've had enough warnings. Try something different. Try celibacy. Respect people's boundaries. Respect your boundaries. Establish boundaries. Pull back your energy. Protect your energy field. Read your word. Pray. Fill yourself up with the word. Repent. Don't be a snare. Don't be a slut. Don't be a bop. Don't be a thought. Don't be a whore. Don't be a whoremonger. Don't be a gigolo. Don't be a Jezebel. Don't be a Delilah. Be ye as little children. Don't microwave your pleasure. Glance. Don't focus. The time has been well spent. I think you get it. I know you get it. I'm not going to forsake my celibacy for anybody. It feels good to be in this moment. It is 4 years that I have not had sex. 4. And I am glad about it. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to objectify myself sexually. I'm cautious of how I dress, how I walk, I talk. Everything about me is intentional, strategic, and it lets a man know, hey, if I try it, that's on me. But the consequences of coming in my way, and trying to pressure me, that I'm not in control of that spiritually. But I just know that in the physical, I got to cut you off. Delete that contact list. Get rid of that text message thread. Stop pretending that this is somebody's name when it's not. Stop sneaking around on your wife. And stop pressing yourself for pleasure. Stop being on demon time. It's just not cute. It's not cozy. It's not comfortable. It's chaotic. It causes calamity and it leaves confusion. You don't want to engage in that. I thank you for being a wonderful listening audience. You mean a lot to me. I thank you for your consistent downloads. And I need you to support the Sister Speak show. I need you to not only continue to download, but I need your listener support. I need you to be able to donate to the channel to elevate the Sister Speak show, to help with what I have been doing. August is significant because 8/6/2017 is when the Sister Speak show came about. And so I'm excited about the birthday for the Sister Speak show. If you listen to my very first episode, I got about 200 plus episodes. You'll see the growth. You'll hear the expansion. You'll see it. And I thank you for those of you who've been with me from the very beginning, for being patient with me, for the times when I've had to, take off, pull back because of the warfare, and just, life was lifing. It's always been my desire to be consistently consistent. But the Most High God, however, the Most High God does cause the plans of man to take no effect. No excuse, but it's just the word. I thank you for finding my podcast, my network, and listening to every episode. It is a leap of faith when you create anything that requires participation from people. And I thank you for your participation in downloading, listening, sharing, and I need you to understand how much you have helped build this platform just with your listening ability and adding us to the podcast shuffle, your podcast shuffle, and allowing us to be the flavor in your ear. My show is unique and you're unique. I really thank you. The Sister Speak show has 2 ways for you to donate to the platform. One is through Cash App, the other is through PayPal. Through Cash App, it would be $SISTASPEAK. Through PayPal, it's going to be the Sister Speak Show. SISTASPEAK. SPEAKSHOW. Okay? Whatever you feel comfortable with. We're going to take this show to a different level. And of course, I'm going to be doing my own self investing. But I would like for you all to participate in this if you're able to. I hope that your journey allows you to breathe successfully, and allows you to grow fruitfully. That you're not infertile, okay? That you are fertile in bringing forth good fruit. I don't want you to bring forth bad fruit, okay? I want in totality for the village to heal from sexual trauma and sexual ignorance. I want our people to be able to keep their feet, our feet, on the enemy's neck. I don't want our brothers and sisters out here being damaged by something that we have the ability to control. Okay? Thank you. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God, my rock in whom I take refuge, my shield and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Blessed be the name of the Most High God. I thank you. Thank you for sending the entire word for us to be able to live. And thank you for being our master. I thank you for sitting high and looking low. And I thank you for my listening audience. Thank you for growing this channel. But especially, Lord God, thank you for my listening audience. I ask that you would please, for those who genuinely care about me, care about the show, please bless them with permanent overflow. And please bless me with permanent overflow in every area of my life, of good things to come forth. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for giving me the wherewithal not to sell out and sell my soul. I pray that my listening audience continues to grow and glow. Thank you, Lord God. And it's always in your Son's name that we must pray, and respectfully and honorably I do so. In the name of Jesus the Christ, Yahweh Shai, so be it. The devil's already defeated. Warriors, mount,